back, everybody. Good to see you. Carolina Keith, regular Keith, just Keith. I hate Keith. Keith's all right. Keith's not really good at this stuff, or whatever you want to call me. Good to see you nonetheless. May 9th, 2024. We're already over 25% done with May. Snap of a finger, dude. Stuff moves so fast these days. The older I get, the faster stuff moves, the faster I want things to slow down. But they don't really care what I want. It just keeps on going faster and faster than I'd like it to. So, you know what? Keep up with the pace. Try to take the best steps forward you can and do the best you can with everything, right? That's what I say. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're ready. And we shall. Crypto After Dark in your face. If you haven't done so, if you haven't done so, please go hit the like button. It costs nothing to hit like. It's free, all right? All it does is help us get, hiccups, in the YouTube algorithm a little bit better. I ate some bacon for dinner tonight, and I'm telling you what, the heartburn, dude, the older I get, Anyway, go hit like if you would. Costs nothing, all right? Subscribe while you're there and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything going forward, all right? This is the only live stream we do every week out for the public. Everything else is in our Discord private. You see the link at the bottom, wap.com/team786. There you go. wap.com/team786. If you can see it, it's because it's available. If you can't see it, and you can't go on the website, it's because it's not available anymore because it's all full. All right? So, we're going to keep this very simple tonight. It's not really that complicated, all right? It's pretty easy. A lot of people spend a lot of time stressing and wondering and thinking, and they can't figure out what they want to do. And, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to learn. I don't know what I'm doing. It's too confusing. No, it's not. Really what it comes down to is your effort level is 0 or just above 0. And you want someone to tell you what to do or do it for you. But the thing is, even though someone tells you what to do or does it for you, you're still not going to be happy with that either. So what you're going to have to do is learn that easy money goes just as fast as it comes, all right? And you're going to have to grow up and learn that it takes effort in life to make it. And nothing that was easy was worth it, all right? So we're going to make it as simple as we can. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I'm going to start by saying, first things first, this is not financial advice. Do what you want, all right? Don't copy some dude on the internet. If you don't believe anything I'm saying, go look for yourself. I don't need you to beat down my door and complain that it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. It doesn't matter to me, all right? Just going to keep it straight up with you. It's just charts to me. I don't have any emotion involved in charts. I'm emotional about my sports teams. I'm emotional about my family, but that's about it, all right? Everything else is just charts. So, number one rule when we're going through all of this is to remember that the trend is our friend, and that's the number one rule as far as crypto goes, bar none. All right, it's very knowledgeable in the space now that we have roughly a good solid 1 year punch in the face of a bear market. From the end of the bull to the end of the bear is usually roughly around 350 to 420 days, somewhere around in there, right? And that's mostly for Bitcoin and Ethereum. You will get some altcoin movement, like you've seen some random altcoins have moved up. Then you get usually another year and a half of sideways and up. Not quite the up that you want, but some up. And again, some will move pretty well and some won't, but you'll still see an overall uptrend. You'll see that the overall uptrend starts after about a year-long solid bear market from the top. All right, we can go back in history and look at that real quick, and I'll kind of show you that first before we get into the strategy here, because it's important to understand that the trend is our friend and the trend comes first. All right, all the way back to, I'll erase this for you, all the way back to 2018, you can kind of see that the top came in and the bottom came in somewhere right around here. If you look at the time it took for that to happen, it was roughly 375 days or a year. All right, we can go back and do it farther in history. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing you two examples. Same thing here. You can see our top. You can see our bottom. Bottom came in right around here. We can measure and see that our top to our bottom roughly 375 days, between 350 and 400 days. Right about what I just said. Yeah. So that's your solid hardcore bear market, which really not worth it to buy anything. You should be sitting in stable coins or in cash, mostly. One of those two, mostly. If you wanted to have a little bit of exposure because you think you could be wrong, or I could be wrong, and everyone else is wrong, and it definitely has nothing to do with the charts, that's fine. But you need to have a large majority stuck over in cold storage, probably on stable coins or cash. That's up to you. Your money. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Lose all you want to lose. After that's over, we tend to have a shift and we go into an uptrend. As you see, I've got it marked with the green line there. It's very much an uptrend, and we can go into how to find an uptrend, not necessarily the point. The point is, once that year of hardcore down is over, you can kind of start getting into some positions and start coming up with a strategy of how you want to handle the next 3 years, because that's how long it's going to be up and sideways. Now, you're really going to get a year and a half of hardcore up and sideways, and that other year and a half will kind of be iffy. That's what we just went through. We're about to start the year and a half of fun. All right. The good news is it's just starting, so it's important to start these strategies now. Cool. We're in an uptrend. That's established. The first part of this is you must have an uptrend. You must have an uptrend. Okay? If it's a downtrend, this doesn't work as well. It's very simple. The percentages are so much higher when you're in an uptrend. Okay? Cool. Now, I'm going to show you currently on the daily chart, because that's where we do all of our buying and selling. Now, we find our trends on a higher time frame, but we do all of our buying and selling on the daily chart for crypto. The reason is you can make plenty of money, make plenty of ease and time spent worth it on the daily chart. Meaning right up here, this is each candle is 1 day. This is very simple. What you see on the screen, the yellow line, is the 50-day moving average. It's very simple. Very simple. It's 50 days price, all added up and divided by 50. The 50-day moving average. Every single time that happens, one dot is created on the chart. All right. You connect those dots and it makes a line. This is why I say the price is insignificant to me. It's just a spot on the chart. This is important of why, right? Why does this matter? Well, essentially the 50-day moving average, when you're in an uptrend, is a nice, easy, simple filter. I want 2 consecutive candles closed above that 50-day moving average. 2 in a row, not one, not a half of one, not 1.5, 2. Okay. Very simple. Do I have any candles currently over the 50-day moving average on Bitcoin? And the answer to that is a big fat no. I do not have 2 candles over the 50-day moving average. The last time I did was way over here, all the way back to the middle of April. Since then, we dropped under, and once we dropped under, this was our signal to no longer be in a large position of this. We could either make a decision on whether we wanted to get out, scale out part of the way, scale out all the way. That's up to you to decide how much you want to do and how far you want to take it. For me, I'm using the 50-day moving average as a very simple filter, especially now that we're starting the bull run here. I'll use this 50-day moving average to get in my positions and scale out of my positions on a larger or smaller degree. All right. This very simple filter will be used from this point all the way to the end of 2025 and going into the beginning of 2026. Then the bull market's over and I'm done. All right. I'm going on a nice long vacation. I've told all you guys that. Love it or hate it, I don't really care. That's the end of the bull market, and that's how it is. All right. Not my choice. I'm playing the cards that I'm dealt. All right. Cool. So I don't have anything over the 50-day moving average right now. Not really worth messing with. Could I buy this down here and say I bought the bottom? Yes, you could. Yes, you could. However, you're gambling. And because you're gambling, you're taking the skill out of it and just playing a luck game. And while you may win this time, the odds are you're not going to keep winning. The odds are you're likely going to lose way more than you win. And it probably happened to you the entire year of 2022. You just don't like to admit that. It probably happened for you earlier folks the entire time from 2018 to 2020. You just don't want to admit that. All right. Now, I know better because that's how I learned. That's how I failed. So I'm doing better than I did before. I'm not repeating the same mistakes anymore, right? This is a lesson in psychology. You can either get with it or get left behind. It's very simple. If you do not evolve, you will get left behind. Had someone coming after me a little bit on Twitter, which I recently got back on for sports stuff. I don't take it serious anymore. I don't really care what you say to me on there. Whatever, dude. I'm not taking it serious anymore. I'm just on there to have fun. You're not going to get any charts of any ilk from me or any, I think this looks good, or I'm done with it. I'm done with it. It's all on Discord now. But anyway, essentially he was saying the XRP would be all-time high by July. The next part of this video, we'll get into that, but not right now. It more so speaks to the stupidity and psychology problems that go along with crypto. Everyone thinks that their asset is special. Everyone thinks that their asset's going to make them a lot of money. It's just not true. All right. It's not how it works. You don't just magically have something go up by 800% in a matter of a month and a half, especially when it's a top 10 cryptocurrency with billions of dollars in it. Apparently, math is too hard for some people to do. Right. And it's basic math. It's not even tough math. Simple stuff like multiplication. So let's go back all the way to where we saw this trend line break, all the way where I drew that red line that I showed you earlier. Oh, didn't mean to draw that. Sorry. You see, I click on the wrong tools all the time. So down here somewhere, nose is itching, is where the trend broke, huh? Now you're going to look at this and say, oh, Keith, you shouldn't have bought this. It's way too late. Shoo. Pollen season, y'all. I got one more sneeze in there too, I think. Oh, as I've gotten older, man, allergies have just destroyed me this year. So you're going to look at that and say, well, Keith, that's not the bottom. The bottom's way down here. I agree. This is a weekly chart. That's why I wanted you to look at daily. So let's flip over to the daily. Gosh, my nose is itching. Dang it. All right, maybe that's it. Maybe not. So the big weekly trend line here is in red. Obviously, you can see that there's a smaller one here, a smaller downtrend and downtrend and downtrend and downtrend. So we can grab another trend line and draw it there if we really wanted to, right? Obviously, we can see that even it started back here, kind of. Look, you had a higher low. I'm sorry, a lower high and a lower high and a lower high and a lower high and a lower high. A lot of lower highs in there. So, you know, kind of draw a line there. Not that complicated. But more so what I want you to see is this 50-day moving average. Just like we said, I'm looking for 2 candles closed back to back consecutively over the 50-day moving average. Until I get that, no thank you. Look how close this was, but no mas. No mas. That was in the middle of December. And we knew that this stuff was coming down to the wire. I kind of thought it would go lower than it did. I thought we would get down to around 12K, 12 and a half maybe. But 15.8 or 15.7 is about where it stopped. So nonetheless, 2 candles closed over the 50-day moving average right here. See that? That date is 1 candle right here closed. The next candle was red, but it was also closed over that yellow 50-day moving average. See that? Very simple. This is the spot right here. That date is January 5th. So, did you get the exact bottom on January 5th? No. You actually would buy at about 16,800. 16,800 is not 16,400. It is not 15,750. It's a little higher than that. However, I've essentially de-risked so much by waiting for a very simple filter to tell me yes, right? I needed almost zero technical knowledge to look at this and go, yeah, it's been about 12 months. Yeah, we're 2 candles over the 50-day moving average. Yeah, I think it's worth taking a shot now. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. And since then, let's look forward and see what happened. From the mark, and I'll put a line down here so it's a little easier for me to see, scrolling around. All right, let's do this in a white line. You know what? Not white. How about blue? And we'll turn the opacity all the way up. Let's not have no dotted line. Let's have a solid line. How about that? I do dotted lines for my buys and sells. They're a little easier to see through. But nonetheless, here is our buy line on Bitcoin. Up we go, up we go, up we go, up we go, up we go. All the way till we get way down here where we get 2 candles closed under the trend line at about 22,000. So from 16,008 to about 22,000, we made about 32%. So $1,000 turns 1,320. Got that? Now here's where it's not perfect. And you need to know when you're in an uptrend, you shouldn't be worried so much about it. All right. I even tell this all the time. You know, you don't have to fully exit your position here. You can do half of your position. I even encourage that, or a portion of your position, 5%, 90%, something, right? You don't have to sell it all here. You can just sell a part. So let's say I did 50% instead, right? So essentially, this was up 32%. I sold half. All right. That's $1,320. Half of that is $660. All right. I took out in stable coins. Right. It's in USDC now. I'm waiting. 1 candle, 2 candles over. Now, obviously, I lost a little bit from one spot to the next, didn't I? Right here was where the sale was. And then right here was where our buy was. So I actually lost 10% in the deal. However, I only sold half, so I really only lost about 5%. All right, 5% for no stress. Remember this, we're removing stress and removing the anxiety from this, and it's only 5%, big deal, right? So right here, we put our money back in, okay? We buy some more, buy our money back in. Our other $610 goes in, $660 goes in, to go with the money that we've already had. You can do the math on what that is. I'm going to say it's around $1,475. Call it $1,500. All right. Up we go some more. Then it happens again. Right here, our second candle closes under the yellow line, under the 50-day moving average. You got one here, one here. Es dos. All right. So our 1,300, let's call it 1,500. Has now turned into another 11%, so 1,660. We sell half again. And look what happens. This thing goes down and 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 down. It sucks it up pretty hardcore, yeah? Then she snaps right back over. 2 candles over the 50-day. One right here, one right here. And for what it's worth, you can kind of see this stuff coming before it happens. We're all talking about it. And I talk about the trend all the time. You can see there's a very clear trend line right here that breaks. You could get a little tighter with this and be a little closer. I'm just giving you a very basic filter here. Now on this one, we ended up losing a little bit. It actually got up here and then came back down here and closed. Didn't really help us out any until we got all the way back over here. So call it, we're still around 1,500. Fair enough. Right over here as our second candle closed over the 50-day moving average. Here's where it gets fun. Not always going to be perfect, not always going to be a winner. If you really walk into every single thing thinking that you're always going to win, you're going to get your ass waxed most of the time. All right? So don't be that way. You're not always going to win, dude. Stop acting like you got to be perfect. Stop acting like you're Jesus and you're some magical person who can just invest in everything and you're great at it. That's not true. And you know it's not true. All right. All right. So anyway, September 23rd comes around. Off we go. Back over the 50-day 2 times. Call it $1,600. Here we go. We're not under the 50 at all. We're steady over it and over it. And over it and over it and over it and over it and over it. We dipped under. We rebought roughly where we dipped under. Not very much of a miss or swing or hit or there. It's pretty much the same. We keep going all the way to where we are now. So right, 1, 2. Right here is our second candle under the 50-day moving average. We started way back here. all the way down here. Second candle over. So right about there to all the way up here is 143%. So we've turned 1600, call it 1600 into 3200 with very, very, very minor moves. We didn't hardly do anything here. We did very, very basic stuff. It took almost no effort at all. All right, almost no effort at all. This is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be some kind of super genius about this. Now, what this does is, more so than anything, kind of lays you back in the seat and has you not have to freak out about this and worry about this. You don't really have to apply this to Bitcoin if you don't want. Seeing as how you know we come out of a bear market, you just want to sit back and chill and do nothing. I get it. You can do this with altcoins that are much, much more violent, and you'll make way more that way. All right. Now, obviously, this is just one filter that I use. It's not the filter that I use. It's just simply a way of saying, not quite yet, or okay, I like the way that one looks. Please use it at your discretion. I'll only use this to scale out more or put in more. All right. I've got other buy sell indicators and my own thought process about how I want to do it. This is why it's so important to follow the 4 rules. What are the 4 rules? Rule number 1 of investing: no emotions. In investing, there are no emotions allowed. What you're buying because you love it doesn't love you back. The other side of the screen just wants your money, just like you just want their money. All right. Please know that before you walk into this. You've got to know that the other side just wants your money. They don't care about anything else except your money. All right. Rule number 1, in investing, no emotions. Rule number 2, have a plan. I just helped you make a plan now. Now, that's going to involve more than just yes, no, yes, no. How much do I want to do in that yes? How much do I want to take out on that no? Do I want to take it out at all? Is my trend still up very well? Well, I just won't do anything. Is my trend down and I just now, that's a little worse. Maybe I take out a little more. That's your plan. Make it and stick to it. If you don't, when we get to the top, you're going to regret it. Have a plan and stick to it. Rule number 3, what's your backup plan when stuff fails? This is kind of my backup plan. This is why I'm explaining it to you guys now, because as this bull market progresses and things get more violent and more crazy, you're going to wish you had a backup plan. Been there, done that, already learned my lesson. Don't want you to have to learn the same lesson that I had to learn. So rather than watching you fail, I'm trying to help you not fail. I stand to make nothing from telling you this. Do you understand? I have no skin in the game. It's your money. Do what you want. Please understand, I'm just trying to help you make as much as I can. That's it. Now, we could use the 821 EMA and make this even fancier. Not necessary. Rule number 3, have a backup plan. Rule number 4 is my favorite rule. It's my most important rule for me. It might not matter as much for you, but it matters for me. Take your profits. If you don't take your profits, I will. If you don't want to take your money and put it in your pocket, well, I'll just take it and put it in my pocket. Does that hurt your feelings? I'd rather me saying it hurt your feelings than you just lose the money and not know what happened. All right? Keep it straight with you. That's all there is to it. I don't want to take your money. But if you're going to give it to me and just lay it out there for me to take and I can see it on the chart, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. What did you expect? Do you not think that the other people on the other side of the screen feel the exact same way I do? You think everyone's in this to make friends and give each other high fives and pat each other on the back? Maybe in your fantasy world, but in the real world, that's not how it works. So lock in, get your head right, and prepare. The next year and a half are going to be crazy. You can either prepare for it or get absolutely smoked when the important times come. Okay? That's my PSA for you. Now, let's go say hey to everybody. I'm sorry that took so long. Jim and Bunro, what's up, bro? Slutty Roo, how are you, ma'am? A U-Boat, Raging Beagles, kind of watch it back, no worries. Cycling Cot, what's up, Josh? Jay Gross, Berserkly, what's up, my guy? Big Fish, what's up? Miss Ariana, how are you doing? What's up, Cheese? Phonetic Duck. Jonathan Brown, what's up? Kai Zen, good to see you. Ron Poteet, what's up? Jeremy Crypto, my cousin, what's up? What's up, Rob? Not that Rob. What's up, Jordan? Jelly Bean, how are you? Oh, look, China Matt killed it, bro. Welcome to CNBC. Crypto and no bullshit charts. Let's go, dude. China Matt's awesome. It's a text. Canon Pro, Cryptos 11. What's up? How are you? Brian W. Right? This is the first year it says it's been bad. Allergies have got me this year. Every time I go outside for an extended period of time, it gets me. Yeah, I mean, I've got, doesn't matter. They still get me, dude. Cody Kensel, what's up? Bullish CEO, how are you? There's no crime in baseball comes to mind. Absolutely. She's crying, sir. Danny Deep Pockets, what's up? Good to see you. Carmine Glitch, what's up? The honeycomb works for allergies, Keith. I'm not sure what you're talking about, the honeycomb. All right. So I showed you Bitcoin. How about we go through, good to see you, Fritz. Gonna change my name to Other Rob. That's great, dude. I'm going to go through the old list that I have of what I called my quote unquote monthly big hitters. Last time I went through this, I made this big list on TradingView. I'm in some of these and not in some of these, but I'm going to go through this entire list now, one by one by one by one. And I want you to look at the 50-day moving average on every single one of them, okay? I'm going to look at the weekly too, so you can see the overall, and then you can see that there's moves inside of that. But first, let's talk about XRP and how absolutely full of crap the XRP community gets. We have explained this chart numerous times. You cannot copy and paste candles and expect them to play out that way. That's not how it works. I put an example out and pinned it to my profile in August of 2023. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to be one of the first people to come out and say, hey, this thing will eventually jump over the trend. It'll eventually ride sideways on top of the trend. It'll think about it for a while, and then it'll get moving. I even say, first thing in the tweet, first line, this is not exact. All right? It's just an example. Something like this will happen. Prepare for it. I didn't say you should look at this price and see that it's exact. Not what I said at all. Okay? So that's first. I think internet people have a hard time interpreting basic words. So here's a video for you. Yeah? So I got shared something from Rip, who told me, check this guy's stuff out. And I looked at it and I said, guy's full of crap. I can see that very quickly. That's not how it works. So we talked about it a little bit. I sent him a bunch of charts. So then he went on YouTube, made a YouTube video of these charts and said, hey, this guy may be right. If he's not, we can call him out and say, hey man, that's hopium. Don't do that. Guy got a little salty, started taking shots. So I said, hey brother, you're wrong. That's not how this works. Here's the pinned profile. I've explained this 100 times. He didn't like that. I should have just stuck to my original saying of all-time high by July. This is what he says. Bitcoin doesn't matter. XRP will be all-time high by July. This is what he said. Not just up a little, all-time high. That's 8x from here. Do you think we're going 8x from now till July? That's a month and 3 quarters. Folks, that's not going to happen. Sorry. Let me explain. I've got this box marked buy zone. Why do I have this box that's marked buy zone? Well, in the past times, XRP, every single time it's ever had a bull run, we've had the same thing happen. Right about this time in the cycle, post-halving, post-Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin is the king, everyone. We don't have to like that, but we have to learn to live with it. That's the way it is. Post-halving, XRP typically has 2 months or so where it does little to nothing, usually about 70 days. Call it a month and a half. Or 2.5 months, I'm sorry. Call it 2.5 months. Where it doesn't do much. Then things get a little snappy and it tends to jump over the trend. This is why I say anything from halving, pretty much the end of halving, to about 2 months after halving is a buy zone, because you typically get sideways and down before then for XRP. You can see right here that the weekly 50 weekly moving average is simply over top of the price, and there's no reason to do anything, right? We just explained that with the daily. There it is with the weekly. All right. It jumped over right here. That was our good enough spot. And then after that, we went up. Okay. 2020. I mean, literally not much different. Right here was where I learned my valuable lesson about trying to leverage trade and be a hero. I made $45,000 in this little move right here. And then I lost $45 million halfway down this candle, right? Important lesson to learn. Don't do that. Nonetheless, buy zone, which was roughly 70 days-ish after halving, all right? Anywhere through there was a good spot to get some more XRP because that was probably your last low. Maybe not the perfect low, but the last low, all right? From there, we jumped over the weekly 50. We started an uptrend and off she went, okay? Here we are now. Hey, guess what? Under the weekly 50, just like the last two that I just showed you. And what happened before anything great happened? First, we have to jump over the weekly 50 moving average. Then we have to jump over this big red trend line right here that is different than the one I drew a year ago because things are different now. That's how this works. You have to evolve. You can't just post a chart and say this is definitely what's going to happen forever. You've got to adapt to the data that you're given, okay? Here we are. We're under the 50 weekly moving average, which means things aren't going anywhere fast. Once we get over this 50 weekly moving average, we still have to kind of bounce around here and think about it and make a move up. I've drawn this out in a fashion that is close to what I think happens. That move up hasn't happened yet. We haven't broken this 50 weekly moving average line right there. That yellow line simply hasn't broken. All right. Once we get over that, then we have other parallels that we have to match. Like we have to get over this very strong resistance zone through here. And I just don't think it'll do that. I think it's going to bump its head on it and get slowed down some because it doesn't have the speed or the momentum to keep it up. All right. It typically doesn't really happen to the end of the year or beginning of the year, halfway through the bull run, which is why this line says halfway done. Okay, see that? It says halfway done. That's typically when you see XRP make its very good move. And I say very good move, meaning that's probably shooting its shot. All right. Somewhere around that halfway line. You see that happened in 2020 and 2021. Right, pretty much the beginning of the year was when it was at its last little low and it took off. I marked it last chance because that was kind of equal lows, which was in between the bottom and halfway done. I'm just trying to find a pattern. Similar story in 2016. Right near the end of the year, beginning of the year, you saw some action here. And I kind of expect the same thing from XRP. I don't really expect anything different. I think January, February is when we're going to get the meat of the run here. We may get some move up before then, so you won't be able to buy the quote-unquote bottom anymore. But the meat of the run comes after that. Now, I think there's a chance that we break all-time high, but I don't bank on that happening. It's possible, but not guaranteed. This thing hasn't broken all-time high in a very long time, 6 years plus now. So I don't expect it just to magically happen like that. That's not how things work. You can tell who is the fake TA guys and the real TA guys because the fake TA guys are only going to give you the hopium. They're going to give you the stuff that doesn't matter and try to fill your head with grandeur so that when it does happen, they can say, see, I told you. I'm not cool with that. It's not cool. That's not how it works, especially when you see that the accounts joined in 2021 or joined in 2022. That lets me know right there. You joined in at the end of the run, dude. You're a momentum rider. You're just what we like to call in other worlds, dick riding. You just tried to make a thing out of something and you're trying to go with it. I get it. I get what you're doing. I understand. But you're about 6 years late on the rest of us. All right. So call it what you want. Do what you want. This is not going to break all-time high before July or even in July. It may run up to $1, $1.50, something like that. But we ain't going no damn all-time high. Get your mind right. Okay. It's very simple. I can't be more straightforward than that. Now, daily for XRP. Look, under the 50-day moving average, it's a no. Simple as that. Got that? Wash my hands, no. Now, I'm going to bust out this old list that I got called Monthly Big Hitters, and we'll go through it. Let me see what you guys are saying real first. Got to look up Mahler's token, the future of crypto. Only 10 minutes. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got to shill a little bit, brother. We don't shill here, homie. No one loves any tokens. It's all charts. We don't care about anything else. But let's read it anyway because I like to give everyone a chance. The future of crypto is Mahler's token. Only 10 million token ever minted on Ethereum. So half the trade costs listed on LBank, XT, and Bitmart confirmed June 1st. ICO ends May 31st. Oh, it's an ICO. I don't do ICOs because it's not fair to you guys. The team will hold 0 free of charge period. I don't want the team to hold anything ever. I don't want them to be able to buy it either, for what it's worth. It's still in ICO phase. I highly suggest searching. I only do charts. It's all TA here. There's nothing else needed. ICOs are a great way to try to hit rich, but like I just explained at the beginning of this, you may not have been on here. When you hit it rich, it goes away just as fast because no one ever listens to the charts. You just get into your hopium stage and you get into your feelings and you hold on to it forever because you bought it and you're part of the thing. And that it's not really anything important to me. No one really cares about that in the real world. It just makes everyone who does it feel better. And I don't really care about feeling better. I'm here to make money. My feelings are unimportant. I don't do ICOs. It's not fair to y'all. I get offered ICOs every single week, multiple times a week. And I don't take them. It's very simple. I've almost taken a couple of them, but I offered them to y'all first before I did it. And then I ended up still not doing it. So anyway, let's go down this list. Rob says, the other Rob says 588 end of year. Okay, bro. I see what you're doing there. I'm good with jokes. I'm fine with jokes. Y'all go hit like, man. Look, 37 people have hit like. We're never going to have big numbers on here again because I don't promote this YouTube channel like I probably should. But I don't really care about having a big following. It doesn't matter to me, dude. I don't need a big following. We have a bit of a family. Moving average, not exponential moving average. It's 50 MA. Simple moving average. 50 MA. Good question. Yeah, thank you, Shane. I'm not being disrespectful to all of you either. It's just not my thing. I don't do ICOs. It's not fair to everyone who's watching who isn't a Cole or an influencer. Just, it's not my thing. I'm not cool with it. A lot of people will do that. Those dudes are getting deals in the background. They get a hold of the people who are in charge. They get extra tokens. They get released to them at a certain time. I'm not cool with any of that, dude. I don't want my name involved in any of that mess. We can make plenty of money without any shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? Just good old hard work. Algorand. I've got a Gann grid going on this one, which is pretty cool. Which says that looks like June and July for Algorand will be our reversal points here. Back up. It's not really important right now, but all these points over here show me that these are potential reversal points up. But as far as the 50-day moving average goes, we are very much under it. So Algorand, for me, as a simple yes/no filter right now, is a no. We just did XRP. That's a no. Those are my actual buy and sell ons. Here's ADA, Cardano. Looky there. Under the 50-day moving average. Guess what? For now, even though it's low, it's a no. You could take a chance on it because it does have some support right here. I understand. That's gambling a bit. I'm okay with that, but it's a calculated risk because you see support. I'm okay with that. But as a safety filter, the 50-day moving average is way up here. XLM, nope. CRV, Jesus Christ. This stupid pet. Listen, 100%. Thank you, Jeremy. Cousin, as expected. Yeah, I'm not here for CRV anymore, dude. Once this gets over my average price, I'm out, bro. I'm done with this one. Such a bad performer, and I'm not going to hang on to these bad performers at all like I did last time. No, thank you. I'm out as soon as it's time. But there you go. Very simple. Under the 50-day moving average, no thanks. Now, what's up, Crew Chief 2? Here's Doge. This is a little different. We're getting closer. Look, it almost broke the 50-day moving average the other day, but didn't. Got close. Not quite. It's getting close. And before we say, hey, Doge is different, it just goes. Let me show you something real quick. Here is all the way back in 2016 for Dogecoin. What happened right before this thing took off? over the 50-day moving average. As a matter of fact, I just had to show you this real fast. As a matter of fact, there was a bit of a cycle to it. I just showed you this on XRP, remember? Halving, bottom, last chance, halfway through, off she goes. That's 2016. Even the weekly 50 jumped right there. Do you see that? Very cool, huh? And then look what it did after, right? All that up. 2020. Same thing, halving, bottom, last chance, over the weekly 50. How about daily? How did you look then? We're running out of time here. Real estate on the chart. It's getting hard to look at. Oh, there you go. Over the 50 moving average right here, November 2020, before Elon Musk ever started talking about Dogecoin. Go back and look it up, folks. November 2020, and you were set and ready to rock. That thing took off like a rocket and never really stopped. All right, so here we are now. Support zone. Look where Keith bought. This is my actual buy line right here. Just before it crossed over the 50-day moving average, and off she went. Now she went back under, but she maintained an uptrend, and it went back up. Now it's under the 50-day moving average again. So even though it's had some run, look, here's halving. Here's our bottom. Here's our last chance. And way over here in January of 2025 is the big up zone. So somewhere between the end of the year in January or February is where we're going to get our biggest move from Dogecoin. We'll see how much it is. I say biggest, I mean the first very, very big move for Dogecoin. In time, it'll get fun, but right now, we'll see how it goes. So far, under the 50, very simple, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see. But I will say, expect to see me after June 1st to discuss. I mean, it's fine. You can come hang out anytime you want. When I get a chart, I can chart it. Obviously, June and July, everything's going to go up in value before you even say that. I already know it's going to happen because June, July, August is going to be up period. All three of those months will be up period. So whatever launches will go up. And you can make money in an ICO. Absolutely, dude. It's just not my thing. When the coin launches, you can just buy it on the exchange with everybody else, right? That's the fair way to do it, so to speak. For now, I'm not going to do it. That's all. Not talking any shit. Shibcoin. Under the 50, no thanks, but close. FTM, nope. 1 inch, nope. Filecoin, nope. AVAX, no. Binance Coin, ho, looky here. Binance Coin is one of the few that are over the 50-day moving average. How about that? What a champ. After getting sued by the SEC and having his life threatened and having his livelihood threatened, all Binance Coin did was go up about 250%. Not bad. Not bad. That's a good old 4 for Mr. CZ. I don't really think he cares what anybody thinks. What's up, Terry? Fortnite Daily. Can you look at FET and ABT? 17 of the top 150 moving average. 95 of 788 in the assassin screener. Over in the Discord, we have an assassin screener over under 50 moving average. All that kind of stuff is already factored in. It's all part of our Discord. Come check it out. Links in the description. It's also right there on the screen. wop.com/team786. Let's see. I just did Binance Coin. EOS, don't waste your time. ICP, currently no. Matic, nope. Uniswap, nope. Atom, nope. KNC, nope. HBAR, hey, looky there. She happens, this is an old chart. So that's December 2023. I have to find a different one, but I think it's a yeah right now, actually. Let's pull it up and look. I think it's a yeah, because I took some profits the other day. Yep, look right there. HBAR over the 50 moving average. See that? Very cool. It's a simple filter. In. Gala, nope. Dot, nope. CRO, nope. XEM, nope. VRA, Veracity, nope. Qtum, it's a no. Flux, bet not. Pre-search. Oh, looky there. Pre-search just jumped over the 50 daily moving average, and it has had a rough time. Look at that. She's had a rough go of it. All right. she's been punished this bull market and bear market. So what you got, heifer? You gonna turn the corner for us or what? She's had a rough go, all right? But it did cross the daily 50 moving average. Can't deny that. Okay. All right. Zilliqa. Nope. XCC. Nope. Luna. No. Band. No. Bolt. No. BSV. Bitcoin Diamond. No. BTC. Bitstamp pair. No. This is on FTX. It's called bullshit. It's a no. Capacity. Nope. CTK. No. Dusk. No. OXT. No. TRX. Hey, Tron. TRX above the 50 daily moving average. Not bad. FIT. Under the 50 daily moving average. Currently, no. So that answers one of your questions. You said AI tokens. I could give a shit about the narrative. Narrative is also known as an excuse. We have to have an excuse to buy something. No, the excuse is the chart for me. The excuse is the chart for me buying. The excuse is the chart for me selling. No other reason. I don't care about the narrative. I don't care what the team does. I don't care about any of that. None of it matters when it comes down to making money. The other person on the side of the screen wants to make money. You want to make money. You both don't get to. All right. One person gets to win. One person gets to lose. Don't be the person who loses. Gas. Nope. Hotbit. No. Holochain. I'm sorry. Zcash. Oh, no, thank you. Solana. Almost. Not quite. It's actually all the way up to target 2 for me already. How about that? Pretty cool. Loom. Haven't talked about that one in forever. Nope. LRC. Loopring. Nope. Limpo. Nope. MTL. Metal. Ooh, it tried to cross the 50 and it didn't. It failed just short. MTV. Nope. Neo. Nope. Nimic. Nope. Ontology. Ooh, it's close. It just went under, as a matter of fact. You got a sell signal on this one. QKC, the reason we're all here. QKC, the king shitter, is a no. RLC. Ooh, she just jumped over the trend line. Look at that. Oh, man, this thing's had a rip. Look at that. Still running, too. Got an uptrend right here. Very clear, obvious uptrend. Can't deny that. Doing its thing. I'm pretty tickled about that. Just needs a little bit more time. Sand. On a daily. There we go. Gann grid already ran out of this one. And we're running into our reversal fibs. Our next one's in June 5th. But it's a no on 50 moving average. Storage, nope. BSYS, no. Wanchain, no. Wink, nope. XDC, nope. XLRE, which is a real estate one, nope. XYO, nope. There was like 4 out of 70 right there. See how quick this filter is? It's very simple. All right. Let's see. Fortnite Daily. Yes, it's paid. It's $16 a month, but it's free for the first month. You don't want to pay? You don't have to. You can leave after 29 days. Totally up to you. Anyone can. Anyone can. You typically make back your money fairly fast. Kind of pays for itself pretty quickly. It'll never be more. It'll never be any more than $16. By the way, it was half off for a really, really long time. No one took advantage of that to the very, very, very last minute. And then it went to 16. It'll stay 16 for the rest of the bull market. And then we'll see about the end of the bull run, whether we cut it back in half or not. I haven't made my mind up on that one yet, which I might do. At the end of the bull run, most people are going to quit. Most people are going to give up. And I know that already. So if it helps less people give up, I want to try. But man, it's so hard to help people because people are so arrogant, dude. People are so arrogant. Everybody thinks their shit doesn't stink. All right, someone mentioned AIOZ. This is one of the few that has outperformed everything. I want you to look at this. It's about to break all-time high. This one, Render, and a couple others. This one is way out front. It's, for the record, already up 75x. So it's already up 75x. Would I hurry up to buy this? I'll buy a little, but I won't buy a lot because she is so far out front of everything. Every indicator is absolutely cooked on this thing. And yes, it could keep going, and it very well may, but gosh, this thing is a long way out front of everything else. Can't deny that she has broken over the 50 moving average though. See that? Basic filter, cannot and will not deny that. Arc block. People want to talk about this one because it's already way up, and I actually had a chance to buy this very low and I didn't, but she's still way over the 50-day moving average. Again, outperformed almost literally everything on the market. If you got this, great. Again, easy money goes away just as fast as it comes. So we'll see who maintains all this money at the end. I'm fairly certain most people won't. Most people will just hold till the bitter end, and we'll see how far they make it. I don't trust people to make it very far. I guess you can't pick up on that. I watched people go from making $70,000 a week. So before you think, oh, I'm not that guy, I'll definitely keep all my money. I watched people go from making $70,000 a week. And the reason I know this is they showed me, hey man, here's how much I made this week. And I was like, $70,000? Yeah, man. I was like, how much of that did you take in profits? And the answer was none. I reinvested every single penny of it. And I said, well, how much did you start this run with? $10,000. I said, you started this with $10,000 and you're making $70,000 profit a week, but you're not taking it. Yeah. I said, why? Well, I want to make $100,000 a week. I said, do you understand how much money $100,000 a week is? And that's likely not going to happen. And even if it did, you should have already been taking profits before then, because you're making life-changing money and not taking it. Well, I think I'm going to make more. That person no longer in crypto now. They lost every single dime. I talk to them every once in a while. They lost every single dime. All of it. Gone. Poof. Out of here. So don't tell me that you're different. You're special. Because you're not. You're just like all the rest of us. And if you want to be arrogant and you want to think that you can't lose and your shit don't stink, you will lose. It's only a matter of time. Let's see. So Terry said TRB. My fault. I missed that one. Yep. Good job, Terry. Over the 50-day moving average on the TRB coin here. She's had a pretty good rip so far. It's already over all-time high, back tested it and bounced it. You know, you may not get those lows ever again here on this one with a nice push you see here coming back over the 50. If I flip it over to the weekly here, you'll see that you do have a lot of sell pressure right here. And I'll be interested to see if it can get up over that or not. But man, this thing made an early run and came back and gave you a very good discount. At least 50% discount. Can't hate that. It's got good gains in it, probably, for what it's worth. I like coming off that there and making that jump up was a good move. Very aggressive. Getting over that 50-day moving average that aggressively is good. It kind of shows me it doesn't want to give up and wants to keep doing that. You know what I mean? Cryptos to Live in. I think you subscribe to the YouTube. You don't have to subscribe here. You can cancel that, whatever that was. I don't know how YouTube does that. But it doesn't give you anything extra. So if you can, cancel it. I don't want you to have to do that. You don't have to. So Brian W says, you can learn charting in the Discord. Absolutely. That's the whole purpose of the Discord, for everyone to learn how to chart and to do it on your own and to share that information with everyone else in the Discord together so that we can all make better decisions together. That's the whole purpose of our Discord. There are no signals. There are no, hey, Keith, tell me what to do so I can do it. That's not how it works. In the real world where the adults are, we have to work together and make as much money as we can. But that doesn't mean we just tell everyone what to do. No, it's all about learning TA, charting together, maximizing gains, and more importantly, minimizing losses. You have to minimize losses. It's so important to minimize losses. At the end of the bull run, how large were losses after 2 daily closes under the 50 moving average? Minimal, because everything had crazy high runs. So, for what it's worth, we'll know timeline wise that it's about time to stop. And when certain levels get hit, that's where I'll go ahead and start taking some out before we ever get to that 50-day moving average. But you had minimal losses at the top, minimal losses. You can go back and look, like we can go pull it up and look. Let's do that now. All right. So all-time high on Bitcoin. peaked out at right at 69 flat. All right, it fell under the 50-day moving average at 59.4, 59.3. So about 15, 17% below that. But again, that's just one filter. For what it's worth, I'll use way more than that. I'll throw in the 821 EMA, which was way up here at 63 and some change as my first place to start scaling out. And then I'll use the 50-day moving average as a, okay, that's absolutely time to go. I'm done. I'm all the way out filter, especially at the end of the bull run. We'll know. I mean, I'm going to be talking about it like crazy. When we get to that point, I will be screaming from the hills, hey man, I think it's time to stop. Hey, I think we should probably take a break. Hey, I think maybe we already got all the juice out of this lemon. Things may continue to go up. Yes. Some altcoins, absolutely. They'll keep going and they'll probably do well. And I'll be monitoring them very closely. We don't know the answer to everything. I wish I had a crystal ball, but I don't. We just get a little bit closer than everybody else. That's the whole point of TA, is for us to get closer than most. We get closer than most, we defeat most people. Last couple I'll do here is near. Near is over the 50 moving average, as you see there. I'll take off the 8 and 21. Not only that, near looks like it's going to turn the corner here and make a move up like this. Why do I say that? Well, let me show you another asset that we've been riding like crazy here, and that's Velo. I'll show you this one because it's one of them we're up on the most. Currently, it's bumping its head on the 1272 short-term Fibonacci line, way over the weekly 50. It's over the daily 50 by a long shot. All right, so I'm actually looking to take some profits if we get up here toward this next Fibonacci level, which on the weekly is right here. This red line you see right here, that's the 50 Fibonacci line. We haven't even gotten there yet, and that's the make or break line for the bull run for next year, really. And we haven't really gotten there yet. Just getting there and touching it would give me a chance to scale out some, take some profits, which I look forward to do. I'm way up on this one. I've made a ton of money off of this so far. I haven't taken any profits yet. So technically I haven't actually made anything. That's one of the rules about this. You need to take profits and cash out sometimes and move money around sometimes or stable up sometimes. Locking in gains is crucial. I'm not sure what I'll do with my gains after I sell this off, where I'm going to do with it, whether I'm going to send it over to somewhere else or buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. I don't even know yet. I haven't made my mind up. But rest assured, I will make the rest of my plan here and get the closest that I can. I hope this whole live stream was intuitive for you guys and click the little bell for you so that you pick up on some of this stuff on your own. That's the whole purpose of us doing these live streams. I started this to help teach people so you could understand charts a little better, so that you could get away from the hopium, get away from the stupid influencers that you see on crypto YouTube and crypto Twitter that plague the space. You're never going to get that from me. You're never going to see me take a backdoor deal and cheat everyone. You're never going to see me take some coins from someone and dump them on everyone's head. I think that's super shitty. How come everyone else doesn't think that? It'll always be charts with me. I'll try to remove the emotions and not look at the team and not care about any of that stuff the best I can until we get to scam season, which is the end of 2025. When we get to the middle and the end of 2025, we'll see those Ponzi's come back and those scams ramp way up, and you'll see me start talking about them, but only in a negative light. Till then, we got a long way to go. Hope everyone has an excellent day and an excellent weekend. And for what it's worth, we're going to be back Thursday. We'll talk about all this stuff again. I bet you we see the same stuff next week that we're seeing this week, because we're going to go sideways for the rest of the May. Charts tell us that. I'll leave you with this. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right? Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. Sometimes we have a bad day or a bad week. Make the next day or the next week better, all right? Not a bad idea, I don't think. Last but not least, if nobody today told you that they love you, Keith loves you, all right? Be real, be true. We'll see you guys later. Sky's the limit. Peace.